everybody doing well and feeling well. Back in the place to be. Hold up. It's another exclusive episode here on True Media with your boy, True, the one and only. We're going to be discussing life after death because, I think a lot of people don't understand how important death is. And one thing we all got in common is we all got to die. You dig what I'm talking about? And we all have to get prepared for death. And some people don't want to accept that truth. Some people, they want to deny that. Some people want to put it off like it ain't going to never happen. But you got to remember and understand you only got one life and life is short. And we don't know when we going to leave here. You feel me? And so one of the most important things we got to remember and understand is how to prepare for death. What to expect after death. And how to ascend to a higher level, a higher dimension. All right? So we want to be discussing and talking about life after death. As y'all enter into the chat, y'all put a 1 in the chat so I know y'all can hear me and see me correctly. Put a 1 in the chat so I know y'all can hear me and see me correctly as y'all come on in. You dig what I'm talking about? So the topic of the day is life after death. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me and see me correctly. Put a 1 in the chat. Okay, we good. We good. Okay, we good. We good. We good. All right. All right. I see everybody coming on in. PBD in this thing say, yo, what's good with you, PBD? I see you in this thing, brother. PBD say, just gotta say, you really put me on my spiritual journey, and I only been on your journey for. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna read that again. You say, just gotta say, you really put me on my spiritual journey, and I've only been on your journey for a month or two. Okay, I appreciate you tuning in, and all I'm about is teaching. You dig what I'm talking about? And I appreciate you being able to receive the message, man, with all open ears, with pure intentions, and being able to learn something from the message and dissect something from the message. This is what it's all about. You dig what I'm talking about? And so as you continue to elevate and grow in your truth, remember, you're going to get stronger. You're going to get stronger mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Everything is going to increase. But you got to remember, you got to start with the spirit, because the spirit controls everything on the outside. You dig what I'm talking about? And so I appreciate you tuning in, PBD, and supporting the channel. And I'm glad you can receive and take something from the message that can benefit you and help you get to the point to where you're trying to go in your spiritual journey, man. So I appreciate that, brother, for sure. RCM say, what's going on, True? Caught the live right in time. Yeah, I see you in this thing, RC, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, look, hey, listen. It's divine timing, man. It's divine timing, man. You already know. It's divine timing, brother. You in a place to be, right on time, man, for sure. Welcome to the live, RC. Glad to have you back, my brother. Hope everything well with you. PBD say, keep up the work. For real, for real. I got you, PBD. It's all love, man, for sure, man. Chasing this thing. Okay, everybody got the 1. Simeon say, salute, bro. Salute to you too, Simeon. I see you in this thing. Dope Montana in this thing. What's good with you, Dope? Rad 21. Got the 1 in this thing. What's good with you, Rad? I see you in this thing, my brother. Simeon say, Miami in the building, man. Shout out to Miami, man. Real talk. I'm going to be out there next year, man. Maybe we can link up. You dig what I'm talking about? I supposed to been out there this year, but I had to do some extra things and stuff like that. But I'm going to be out there next year for sure. PBD say, Mint Page. Okay, I got you. PBD say, oh, okay. Okay, I got you, PBD. I hear what you're talking about. SR Life say, the thought of being anywhere for eternity sounds kind of scary, to be honest. It does. It does. And it's not really scary. It just depends on how you prepare for it. It depends on how you look at it, and it depends on your experience. Now, if you lack little to no experience spiritually, then yeah, it's going to scare you. Then yeah, it's going to throw your body into shock. This is why the Most High made us practice death every night, because one thing sleep does is help you prepare for the afterlife. All right. And I did a live about that 3-4 days ago about the importance of sleep and lucid dreaming. Because when you in deep sleep and you get the proper rest that you need, these things will help you navigate throughout the cosmos, throughout the spiritual realm. You feel me? And it come with a lot of cosmic knowledge. And so y'all got to remember, it's nothing to really be afraid of or fear. It's just more about preparing yourself and having the experience. Because y'all got to remember, when you pass away, and all of us got to die, whether you like it or not, we all got to pass on. The only thing you're going to take with you after you gone is your senses. That's the only thing you're going to take with you is your senses. Your sight, hearing, smelling, and touching. That's all you're going to take with you is your senses and your memory. Your memory. And so something that can help you align yourself spiritually right now while you in the physical realm is practicing deep sleep, connecting to your higher self, your higher calling, connecting to divinity. That way, when death strike and death happens, you ain't got to worry about being unprepared. Because we all got to die one day. You dig what I'm talking about? We all got to go. That's the harsh truth about life. A lot of people like to put it off. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. A lot of people like to sweep it under the rug and overlook it. But one thing we all got in common is death. And so life after death is not as bad as you think. It's not as scary as you think if you prepare for it. All right? So I want y'all to remember that. And my job is to help y'all get prepared for this stuff, man. SR, okay, I read that one. RC say, divine timing. There you go, RC. I'm telling you, bruh. You see how things work in our favor when it comes to this truth, RC? Rose say straight up. Rose say got the thumbs up. Rad 21 say what's good, fam 100. Hey, what's good with you, Ram? I'm good, man. Chilling. Feeling good, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Just have to come back and drop these gems on my people one time just to keep y'all straight. Check in with y'all and make sure everything is okay. You know what I mean? And spread this truth as usual. Hope everything with you good though, big dog. Thanks for tuning in to the live one time. Chase say we want money when we should want wisdom. And see, that's the caveat. That's the catch. That's where they want you. They want you chasing all these worldly things so you can forget who you are. When you forget who you are, you forget where you come from and you forget where you're going. You dig what I'm talking about? See, in one of those lives I did, I think it was the live I did when I talked about the importance of death. I said, I talked about how our ancestors, they embrace death. They embrace spirituality. They was less concerned about materialism. It's the other way around now. We don't embrace death. We're not concerned with spirituality. And we rather have the material things of the world more than to have wisdom and have a sense of being spiritual that can help us connect to the divine. And so we got to remember, it's very important that we get to a point to where we can then be able to let all this material shit go. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having material things and stuff like that. But don't put that over spirituality. They reversed it on us. They got us chasing all these worldly things. They got us trying to invest in all these worldly things, but they telling you to forget about yourself. They telling you not to look into the things that matters the most. Like knowing thyself. Like spirituality. And that's why they want you to stay on your feet working, paying bills, chasing all these worldly goods, because they know that's going to drain you. They know that's going to keep you in the illusion of society. And when you in an illusion state of thinking and you in an illusion state of mind, you can't connect to your higher calling or your higher self. And so we got to get back to the point to where we practice spirituality on the daily. All right? We got to get back to the point to where we practice spirituality on the daily. I'm not telling y'all anything is wrong with materialism and stuff like that. But what I'm telling you is don't be focused on that all throughout your day, because those things don't bring you no inner fulfillment. What brings you the most inner fulfillment is connecting to divinity, connecting to God, connecting to your higher self, your higher calling. And when you learn how to do that, you're going to start shaking shit up. You dig what I'm talking about? And so I want y'all to understand, man, we work from the inside out, not the outside in. We work from the inside out. We work from the spirit and the soul to out to the physical plane. We don't work from the physical plane into the soul or into the spirit. We work from the inside out, not the outside in. See, they got everybody working from the outside in and not the inside out. What I mean by that is they got you chasing all these different things that help you try to get to a level to where you have some kind of inner fulfillment or inner peace. But it's the other way around. You have to get to a point to where you have inner peace and inner fulfillment, and then your world around you gonna blossom. You dig what I'm talking about? And it's gonna be easier to manifest things into your reality. All right? And so that's very, very important, man, that y'all remember that kind of stuff, because a lot of people don't understand that. But Chase, you absolutely right, man. They got people wanting to chase this money and forget their spiritual nature. And they does it on purpose. Send me and say facts. You own it, bruh. Yeah, we always own it, man. You already know, brother. Cocaine in this thing say, hey, you said somebody was talking about me? I don't listen, bruh. Let me tell y'all something. When you start doing good in life and you start elevating, it's gonna come with some hate. All right, so I don't care about what no channel is talking about. That's not enough to get me off my route to try to go back and forth with them, whatever about they talking about. We don't do it for that. You dig what I'm talking about? So I appreciate you letting me know that. But I want y'all to remember and understand, stop letting me know about what other people is saying about the channel or about me. I don't care. All right? I don't care. It's a distraction. We ain't got time for people's opinions. We on this truth. We on this spiritual truth. They on bullshit. So we ain't got time for it. When you start elevating and doing good in life, it's going to come with some hate. It's going to come with some scrutiny. So stop bringing people to try to my attention, because what they saying, it don't even matter, bruh. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of time. You know what I mean? Eli Zah say, what do you believe in, fam? Of course I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God, Ellie. I know God. I know God. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. So we got to get to a point to where we don't believe in God. We got to get to a point to where we know God. I know God. I don't believe no more. I'm way past the point of believing. You dig what I'm talking about? And so I know about what my purpose is. I know myself. I know who God is. I know my relationship with the Most High. All right. And so we got to get to that point to where we of the knowing and not of the believing, because it's a difference. All right. Quinasia in this thing. I see you in this thing, sis. Quinasia say good evening. Good evening to you too, sis. Welcome to the live, sis. I see you in this thing. Say, hey, fam. Hey, how you doing, sis? I see you in this thing. Daniel Berry Sports in this thing. Say happy Tuesday. Hey, everyone. What's good with you, Daniel Berry, big dog? I see you in this thing, man. Real talk. Quinasia say, okay now. Yeah, you already know, sis. We going in. Chase say, We should embrace it always, man. You got to embrace death. All right. This ain't nothing to be scared of. Death is just something as simple as like breathing. Once you get there and you prepare for it, you will realize it really ain't a bad thing. It's something that you've been going your whole life scared of because, you know, people that controls this world, they put you in a state of fear to be afraid of death. That way you won't connect to your higher calling while you here. You won't be in a fearless state of mentality. They does this shit strategically to keep you in a state of fear because your fear gives them power. Okay? And so I want y'all to remember and understand, man, death is necessary in order for you to advance spiritually. Because you can't reach your zenith. You can't reach your ultimate being in this body. You can't. So you got to transcend. You got to. All right? And if we know anything about the spiritual teachers, I always tell y'all about the Messiah, about Muhammad, about Buddha. The main thing they was trying to get y'all prepared for is transcending back to the spirit realm. That's why they say be in the world, but not of the world. You dig what I'm talking about? And so I want y'all to remember and recognize and understand who you really are. You not the body, you the spirit, you the inner man, okay? And that man that's inside of you, that inner man, that spirit, that being that's inside of you have power. It have power. All right? And so I want y'all to remember it's important to connect with that spirit man. That way, when you pass away or you pass on to the next realm, it won't throw your body in a state of shock. And then you become a roamer in the afterlife, or what we call a lost soul. Because it's a lot of roamers. It's a lot of spirits that's roaming. We call them lost souls. And the reason why you got a lot of spirits that roam is because they trapped in between the void of the physical plane and the spiritual realm. They trapped. And this is why it's important to prepare yourself for the afterlife. All right? Miss Cutie in this thing. What's good with you, Miss Cutie? Say, hi, I'm grateful God gave me life, but I look forward to leaving the things of this world behind. I mean, well, whether we want to believe it or not, or whether we want to acknowledge it or not, we always got to remember you can't take nothing with you anyway. You can't take nothing with you once you gone. That's the harsh truth that most of us got to come to the realization of understanding. You can't take nothing with you after you gone. You dig what I'm talking about? And so you need to make it your business. You need to make it your job. You need to make it your duty to get prepared to something that's coming for all of us. All right? Quinasia say, Kate, sheesh. Cocaine say, no cap. You already know cocaine. We going in. Hidden say, Ohio in the house, man. Shout out to Ohio, man. Straight up, man. Man, we went worldwide, man. Straight up. We doing this thing, man. All praises to the Most High. Quinasia say, that's what it's starting to look like. Yeah. Hidden Fox say, how we going to take our memories and senses with us if our brains die? Well, you got to remember, that's a good question, Hidden, but listen to me when I tell you this. You got to remember the spirit governs the body. The spirit governs the mind. The spirit governs your senses. And even though your body dies, your spirit is eternal. Your spirit is eternal. All right? See, they ain't gonna tell you this shit in school. They ain't gonna tell you this in church. I'm gonna give you the truth. Your spirit governs your body. Your body don't govern your spirit. Your spirit governs your body. And you got to remember and understand your spirit have senses. All right? Let me let me show you what I mean, Hidden Fox. And let me skip to the bottom. Well, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna skip to the bottom so I can let y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. We about to do a little practice, because y'all know I like to teach y'all about these things. I don't just like to run my mouth. I like to show y'all examples of what I mean, or tell y'all things to help y'all better understand what I'm saying. Picture this, Hidden Fox and everybody else. You can see exactly what you was doing last week. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if they can see what they was doing last week or yesterday. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you can see what you was doing last week or yesterday. Put a 1 in the chat, and I'm gonna let you know where I'm going with this. You can actually see your childhood. You can see it. You can remember it just like it happened yesterday. You can remember it as vivid as you see the sun right now today. You can see memories of your childhood. What is that thing that keep you connected to seeing the past? The thing that keep you connected to seeing the past and seeing the future is your spirit. Because your spirit have eyes. Not physical eyes, eternal eyes. Your spirit have senses. You can go back to a time when you was younger and you can smell something that your grandma used to cook. And you could be like, man, that smell used to be so good when my grandma used to cook Thanksgiving food back then, man. It used to smell different. You can still smell that same exact smell. How can you remember what that smell is like if you're not there no more? Your spirit keeps you connected because your spirit have senses. You know what I'm talking about? And so, although the body may drop off into the grave and the body may die, your spirit is eternal, and your spirit is connected to the past, present, and the future. See, listen, Hidden Fox, because I know you want to learn, and I love people that's sincere like you that want to learn, because it's my job to break it down to where you can get it. Right now, if you think about next week, you could think about, man, next week it's my birthday, man. I'm about to be out here at the sports bar or at the bowling alley, or I'm about to go to another city. And what is those eyes that's allowing you to see into next week? Ask yourself that. What is it allowing you to be able to see in the future without you even looking with your regular eyes? You see what I'm talking about? You can see the past without these eyes. You can see the future without these eyes. You can hear the voice of your mama when she used to discipline you from when you was 10 years old. You can still remember a certain event that happened in the past to you without these eyes. You can still see it and hear it like if it was right here with you today. What is it that keeps you connected to that person? Your spirit. Your spirit have senses, and that person have power. And when you realize and understand how powerful you is in the spirit realm, you gonna remember and realize that this ain't it. Just because the flesh dies, the body dies, that don't mean that your spirit don't live on forever, because your spirit is eternal. All right? And so although your brain might be dead, your spirit still have certain functionings. It's just on a higher level. It's on a higher level. All right? And so I want y'all to remember that stuff so y'all can understand what this stuff is all about. Um, okay, let me go back down a little bit. Let me see. Okay, right here. Rad 21 say thank you, bro. God bless you always. Preparation for death is truth. Success when you obey the Most High on a spiritual level that pleases to him, that's pleasing to him. It definitely is, because God can see that you get it. All right. We have all been given a homework assignment by God. That's to figure out who we really are and where we come from. Okay? And so you got to remember, we in school right now. This is a big university. That's why they call it the universe, because it's a university. And when you become spiritual and connected with the divine, the Most High will open up different levels of secrets and truths to you that other people can't even see or don't know nothing about. It's like basically, it's like rewarding your kids for doing good in school or doing good with a certain project. That's exactly how God reward us when we do good in the physical realm and when we connect to the divine. God reward us with more spiritual insight. God reward us with secrets. God reward us with eternal life, everlasting life. All right. And so this stuff is very important. And remember, man, you is being governed right now by the divine. T Pyrus say, how do I draw close to spirituality? Well, it's a few different ways. I'm gonna give you one of the most simple ways. I would just say letting go. And what I mean by that is letting go of trying to become and just be one with nature. Getting out in nature is good to help you connect to the spirit realm. Meditation is good to help you connect with the spirit realm. Deep sleep is also good to help you connect to the spirit realm. All right. But one of the first things you got to remember and understand that's going to connect you to the spirit realm is learning how to let go. Let go of what, True? Tell us what you talking about when you say let go. Learning how to let go of the ways of the world and learning how to live from a sense of being fulfilled inwardly and not taking everything out here so serious. This is what connects you and align you to spirituality or your spiritual journey. You got to learn how to let go of the dogma of religion. You got to learn how to let go of other people's opinions. You got to learn how to let go of chasing all this materialism. You got to learn how to let go of thinking that money is going to bring you happiness. You got to learn how to let go of these things. And you got to remember, you got to learn how to get sleep. You got to get proper sleep to help you connect to the divine. Because it's a lot of people that go to church for their whole life and they don't learn nothing. It's a lot of people that go to church their whole life and read the Bible and quote scriptures and they still be delusional. They still don't grow. And so I'm not saying the Bible and the Quran can't help you connect to it's not an avenue to help you connect to the spiritual realm, but you got to remember the first thing you got to learn how to do is let go. Let go of the things that you was taught growing up. Especially if it's not of substance. Especially if it's not things that align with where you're trying to go. And a lot of the things we was taught growing up was regurgitated bullshit that was passed down generation after generation of people who was misled. All right? And so you got to remember, it's important to get your sleep. That's going to help you connect to the spirit realm. It's important to meditate. Silence. All right? I'm giving you a lot of different examples to help you. Another thing that's good to help you connect to the spirit realm is nature. All right? Mother Nature is good for that. Getting out in nature more. Connect to Mother Nature. All right? Miss Cutie got the prayers up. Cocaine say, listen, bro. Cocaine, don't tell me. Listen, bro. Cocaine and everybody else. I don't want to hear about what nobody else is talking about when it comes to this truth and their opinion about what I discuss. You dig what I'm talking about? No disrespect, Cocaine, because I know you ain't coming off as, you feel what I'm saying? But that's he say shit. That's messy shit. We don't do the messy shit. We ain't got time for messy shit, bro. We too grown for this shit. You feel what I'm talking about, Cocaine? We too grown for the messy shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't got time to be trying to worry about what other people is saying about us and all that kind of stuff. Evidently, we doing good because they got something to talk about us. So, hey, it is what it is. Like I told y'all in the last video, we got a lot of real estate. I ain't worried about nobody. It seems that as though people is worried about me. So I must be doing something right. You dig what I'm talking about? But with all due respect, don't be telling me about what other people said. Let me keep them paid, because I know that they gotta react to me. I ain't gotta react to them. I can stand on my own 10 toes without having to bash another person. All right? We really do this. We ain't new to this, we true to this. Quinasia say, hand. Miss Cutie say, I'm most fulfilled in that peace in the spirit. That's what's up. That's what it's all about. We got to make sure we get to that level of, because let me tell you something. No matter how big your wardrobe is, no matter how much money you got in the bank, no matter how much material possessions you have, that stuff is not going to make you feel more complete and fulfilled, like knowing who you are, like having a connection to the Most High, like having a relationship to the Most High, like being connected to the divine. See, when you connected to the divine, man, you gonna get the ultimate level of inner fulfillment. I'm telling you, bruh. And you gonna start mastering this third dimensional plane. Just by your way of you connecting to the divine, things gonna start falling in place for you without you having to, work so hard for it, or without you having to try to stress yourself about things. Things gonna start aligning naturally when you connect to the spirit realm. Because you gotta remember, the divine is what the divine is what controls this reality. All right? And so once you become spiritually connected to who you is, you're going to start feeling that peace. All right? Amen say, can you explain why so many spiritual parasites at work monitoring my every move? It's because you got demons who don't want you to get to the level of mastering the spiritual side of this physical plane. And so they try to keep you distracted. They try to keep you in a low state of thinking. They try to keep you at a low vibration or a low frequency, because when you operate in that energy, you give them power. They feed off of that fear. They feed off of your low vibrational energy. And that's why they set it up to monitor you, or they set it up to put roadblocks in your way. That way you never succeed or you never fulfill your mission and who you are and who you was called to be. And so we got to remember these roadblocks is placed by monitor spirits because they want to keep you in a state of depression or delusion, or they want to keep you in a state of fear and being stressed out because that is what gives them power. All right. And so you got to remember, don't be so hard on yourself in life and stop pushing against the current and go with the flow of life. I always tell y'all that. The reason why I tell y'all that is because when you go with the flow of life, you navigate around the bullshit that the enemy try to throw at you. See, but when you press against the current, you start falling for the tactics of the wicked. All right. And so you got to remember, be aware of the spiritual parasites. Be aware, but don't acknowledge them. Don't give them your power by thinking that they dictates how your life plays out. Because once you give them the sense that they have power and control over you, that's when they got you. Because really what they don't want you to understand, Ahmad, let me tell you something, Ahmad, and everybody else. Really what these demonic forces don't want you to understand or realize is you got power over them. They ain't got power over you. The only power that they got over you is you falling for their tactics. Is you being in a low state of vibration, or you being low in frequency. You got to raise your frequency and stop telling yourself that these things got power over you. All right? Because you really got power over them. All right? RC say they got us all distracted into nothing. That goes with us when they got us distracted into nothing that we can't take with us in the afterlife. And that's why, let me tell you something, RC, because you make a good point, and you just struck a nerve. That's why if you know anything about the elites or the government or the boule or these different families or these different the elites in general, the reason why they give an athlete $3 million, they give all this money to one person, is because they want everybody to buy into the illusion that money can bring you happiness and money can change your life, which it could to a certain level. But the reason why they do these things, they give people 300 million to one person or 100 million to one person, is because they want everybody to chase that. They want everybody to chase that lifestyle. They want most people or everybody in general to be a one-track mind. They want us all to be a one-track mind. And so they dangle a carrot in our face of somebody who they just paid all this money to get us to try to chase after that. That way we can forget who we are and where we come from. And not only that, but to forget where we going. Because in order for you to know where you going, you got to know where you come from. All right? And they keep you asleep by showing you that it's possible to make it. It's possible to get $100 million contract. It's possible to fulfill your dreams and all this stuff like that. It's because they know it's coming with a price to pay. They know it's trickery. And that avenue for most people don't end well. When people chase out the fame, people chase out the success, when people chase after dreams, accomplishments, Most people that go down that path, not all, but most people that go down that path, they end up being tricked and deceived in the end. And they end up dying a horrible and a painful death, stressed out and depressed because they fell for the tactics of the enemy. And so remember, you already rich. You already successful. You already accomplished. You have a part of you that come from God. When you give that over into the hands of the enemy, they got you. It's a part of you that lives within you or that governs you that come from the Most High. And they know how precious that thing is. They know how significant it is. And so they will give you money. Money ain't shit to them. They print money. That ain't nothing to them. They will give that to you because they know in exchange, you giving away your soul for that shit. You giving up on your higher calling. You getting to the point to where you believe in this construct. You falling for this system. You giving over into this matrix. I want y'all to understand this. The more you have, is not the better you get. The less you have is the better you become. Because you don't have all these different responsibilities to keep up with all these different things. And so that's why they try to give you everything to help you lose who you really are. Or to help you lose your connection to the Most High. Because they know when you focused on all this different shit, in the end, you're going to end up losing yourself by trying to keep up with all these different things. And so y'all got to remember, that's why the most spiritual people, the most spiritual individuals, they have nothing. They don't have nothing. And you got to remember, some of the most spiritual people live in nature. They live off the land. They don't count on the government. They don't count on no outside source to give them nothing. They live off the land and they understand that it's important or it's better to have less. Because the less you have, the more you become connected to the divine. The more you have, the more you be entrapped to the matrix or this system or this society. All right. Demetrius say the GOAT. I appreciate that, Demetrius, man. You know, man, we one of the truest and one of the best to ever do it. You already know, man. This is what we do it for. We don't need no donations. We don't ask for no likes. We don't ask for no subscribes and none of that. All I ask is for your cooperation, your undivided attention, and for you to take the information and to apply it to your life to then help you become more connected to the divine. Because when you really care about people's well-being, you don't charge them for shit when you really want to see people do good. You don't charge them for nothing, especially when it comes to the spiritual truth. How dare the Most High bless me with all this knowledge, all this wisdom, and this information, and I'm going to charge y'all for it? Because I really love my people. You dig what I'm talking about? We don't do this for money. And like I say, we ain't new to this. We true to this. PBD say, yeah, I get the hate every day. Yeah, it's going to come with it when you start doing good in life. Chase say, it's a distraction by the deceiving. Yeah. You got to remember, don't fall for the distractions. It's easy to get caught up into trying to prove your point to somebody. Let me tell y'all something about life and what I always tell my son. This is what I always tell my son, right? And my nephews. The moment you try to go out your way to prove yourself to somebody else, you lack self-belief. The moment you try to go out your way to prove a point to somebody else, it shows the signs of weakness in who you really are or in who you think you are. So don't never go out your way to try to prove a point to somebody else, because that is a sign that you really don't believe and stand on what you're talking about. See, the ones that really stand on truth and what they talking about is the ones who ain't got to prove a point to nobody. Because we already know what we talking about is authentic, it's pure, it's truth to the core. And it ain't no denying it. And so anytime you got to go out your way to try to prove a point to somebody else, that means you is uncertain about whatever you believe or whatever you stand on. All right? Straight up. So we ain't trying to prove a point to nobody. We stand on business. We stand on truth. Quinasia say he said that last time. Yeah. Miss Cutie say 100. Face Strict say facts. Brendan in this thing. What's good with you, Brendan? I see you in this thing. Say, y'all do realize the world is dying, right? And this is why I'm telling y'all, we don't know what's gonna happen next. And so you gotta make sure you prepare for the afterlife, man. And it ain't like no specific way you can pinpoint the moment you're gonna leave here, because you know we don't know when we gonna leave here. But I heard an old saying that's saying when you ready and you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I hold an old saying that says when you ready and you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. And so I want y'all to stay ready, because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what this world is coming to. And to be real with you, not even about the world in general, we don't know when God is gonna call you to take your last breath. All right? Because together we stand, but divided we shall fall. Hidden Fox say when the brain gone, Hidden Fox say when the brain gone, wouldn't your memory be gone too? Well, you gotta understand, Hidden Fox. Let me put it to you this way, Hidden Fox. The senses that you have, the senses that you have in your body, or the, you know, the senses that you have, that comes from your spirit. The senses that you have in this third dimensional plane, that come from your spirit. All right? And so the spirit have certain senses that never dies. You have cosmic memory, whether you know it or not. It's just a lot of people don't connect to their higher self, so they'll never understand cosmic memory. Although the body dies, you got to remember, the spirit is eternal. The spirit never dies, my brother. This is what I'm trying to help you to understand and realize. The spirit never dies. Your spirit governs your body. Your body doesn't govern your spirit. Your spirit governs your body. And within your spirit have senses that never dies. All right? And so even though your body shut down, your brain shut down, your spirit is eternal. It never dies. Okay? And so I want you to look at it from that point of view or from that perspective. Just remember and start here. Start here, Hidden. Remember that your spirit is eternal and your spirit is not the body. Your spirit is what governs the body. All right? I'm trying to put it to you to where it makes sense so you don't think that just because you die that the spirit died. No, 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 no. That ain't what happened. Just because you die, that don't mean the spirit dies. In fact, when you pass away, everything, your senses become more heightened. It rises to another level. You can see clearer. You can hear better. Don't look at the spirit like it's the body. Your body is made from the dust of the ground. All right? Or particles from the ether. But your spirit is the thing that keeps your body in place. And so that's why when you master spirituality, you're going to start talking with more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because you is not the voice that's talking. It's the inner man that's in you that's talking. It is the inner man inside of you that's giving you downloads. And that's giving you certain thoughts to move this body or to move this flesh. Your spirit man is what's moving your body. It's what's moving your body. Because your spirit is eternal and it's everlasting. And after this body drops off, your spirit will either ascend or descend to another realm. Because the spirit is the real you. And I just had a talk with my son the other day, and because my son is he very spiritual, man. My son only 12, and he want to know everything about everything, right? And so I be having to break it down to him and tell him about how certain things work. And we was just having a talk and a discussion about this the day before yesterday, and just talking about how your spirit is what governs your body. All right. Now, let me put to you in this way too. The elites or the government or the enemy try to interfere with how you think. And so that's why if you ever heard the saying, that some people say your thoughts is not your thoughts, because they not. We have entities and spirits and deities. Or let me just put it to you like this too. We have the government that have programmed the world to think a certain way. And most people is under the programming of the government. And so you're not even knowing that the things you think on a day-to-day basis is not even your purest and deepest thoughts. This is shit that the government told you to think, or these is ways that the government told you to be. When you connect to the spirit realm and you become more spiritual astute and sound and grounded, you take back power and control of your spiritual thoughts or having spiritual downloads. And it be hard for these outside forces to interfere with your spirit man or your inner being. All right? And so I know it can be scary. I know it can be something that's foreign. I know it can be something that you're not used to hearing. But this is why I'm trying to break it down to you in a way to where you can realize and understand your spirit is eternal. This is why the government will give you money. They don't care about no fucking money. They will print money all day long and give 300 million to one person. Because they know it's something far greater than money. It's something far greater than worldly goods or worldly success. And this is what the Messiah was trying to teach you and tell you when he said, be in the world, but not of the world. And this is what Buddha and Krishna and Horus and the Egyptians or the pharaohs was trying to break down, because they knew, man, it's all about the spirit. This is what gives you power, not money. That's why when it comes to knowledge, or when it comes to truth, you have certain elites that will unalive you the more spiritual you become, or the more knowledgeable you become. And you ain't gotta have no money in the bank for the elites to look at you as a threat. Because money is not why they look at people as a threat. They don't give a fuck about money. They print that shit. The ones they look at as the opposition, or the ones that they look at as a threat, is you and me, the ones who's connecting to our divine nature. They look at us like a threat because they know we know what's real and what's fake. Okay? And we know that this matrix is a fake, false reality. It's an illusion. It's not real. Okay? And they see when you fight or you talk about this spiritual truth, that's when they try to unalive you, or they try to censor you, because they don't want this kind of information to get to the people. They don't want this kind of information to get out to the public. And so they try to do their best to keep us distracted with worldly things, sports, media, entertainment, working a job, paying bills all the time. They do these things strategically to keep you spiritually in bondage or trapped. All right? Elizah say, have you seen, no, well, you got to remember, I think I made a live about that when I told y'all about the God's creation. I did a series, a part 2 series, and I will be doing another series. Well, I did a part 3 series to that, but I'm planning on doing a part 4 and adding on to that sequel. But nobody can see God, because you got to remember, we can see the creation of God. We can see the creation. We can feel, you feel what I'm talking about? God, but we can't see the Most High. All right? The Most High is too powerful for something to see. All right? That's outside our level of comprehension. And so you got to remember, if anybody ever told you they seen the face of God, run, because they lying. And the Messiah is not God. The Messiah is a person that was a blueprint to help you become more spiritual. Muhammad, Jesus, these was advocates, spokesmen of divine law. So if anybody ever tell you they seen the face of God, run, because they lying. Can't nobody see the face of God. Brendan, but you could feel the Most High. And so I made a live, I believe, last week, talking about the importance of dreams and lucid dreaming and the importance of deep sleep. And in that live, I went over how I had been in the presence of the Most High, but I couldn't see the Most High. The Most High is too powerful for anything to comprehend or look at. And so I always tell people to remember and understand, you will never figure out God. That's why the Most High told us to know thyself. Figure out yourself. That way it will then help you become more spiritual and connect you to divine order. But trying to figure out God, you're going to hurt yourself. Because God is outside of its creation. You can never figure out something that's so intense, infallible, perfect, and vast. The Most High is too vast. Okay? And so you got to remember, you need to be trying to figure out who you are. Now, can you have a relationship with the Most High? Of course. I got a good relationship with God. I know when my punishment is coming from the Most High when I do something that stands against righteousness. God show me signs all the time. And God will come to you in a deep sleep, give you a vision of the night. And so, I'm gonna say this, cause I like that Eli Zagame. I'm gonna tell you, one of the expressions of seeing the Most High. When you become so spiritual and you connect to your divine side, one of the expressions that you will see of the Most High is multicolors. Multicolors. Colors you never even seen before. Colors you never even thought existed. Even the angels in heaven can't see God. Nothing in God's creation can see God. Nothing. Not an angel, not Satan, not me, not you, not your mama, not nothing. Nothing can see the face of God. Now you can see certain expressions of God, light, darkness, multicolored things. You can see certain expressions, or you can feel certain expressions of God: love, peace, silence. But you will never see the face of the Most High, because the Most High is too powerful, man, for you to look directly at the Most High. And so anybody that ever told you or ever will tell you in the future that they know how God look or that they seen the face of God, run, because them people is lying. Straight up. All right. Brendan in this thing say, if information can be stored. Okay, yeah, I hear you, Brendan. Strawberry Ice say, God bless you, brother True. God bless you too, Strawberry Ice. You know, every time we go live, sis, you know I gotta talk that talk. You already know, sis. Thanks for tuning in, sis. Hidden Fox say, okay, I see you, Hidden Fox. T Pirate say, how do I draw close to spiritual? Okay, did I read that? I think I read that. T Pirate, I think you asked that question, but I'm gonna re-answer it. Connect more with nature. That's one way. Another way you could become more spiritual, or you could become more connected or closely connected to your spiritual nature, is practice silence. Practice silence. Meditation. Meditation will help you elevate your understanding between the physical plane and the spiritual realm. The reason why meditation is good to help you elevate is because that's when the body is at its purest. It's everything is calm. Everything is in a sense of being calm. This is what I tell y'all too. The more spiritual you become, the more silent you get. The reason why the more spiritual you become, the more silent you get, is because when you silent and and when you rest and you get deep sleep, that's when the body is at its purest. And when you at your purest, it helps you connect to the divine closer or easier. This is why I tell y'all sleep is important. Diet is important. Learning how to let go of watching TV, listening to music all the time. You gotta learn how to connect with Mother Nature. Mother Nature will help you and show you how to draw closer to the spirit realm. But if you always in the matrix and you think you're gonna just be in the matrix and you could connect to the spirit realm by just being in the matrix, you ain't gonna never connect that way. Because the matrix is designed and set up to keep you asleep. And so that's why I tell y'all, Mother Nature or getting out in nature is one of the best things, or one of the best ways to help you connect to the divine or to the spirit realm. All right. Danielle, when this thing say, hi, True Media, how are you? I'm good, sis. How you doing, sis? I see you when this thing. Thanks for asking. Hope you and the family good, sis. But I'm good though, I've been losing weight. You dig what I'm talking about? I always been small though, like 130, 140. But I've been in the gym a lot. I've been eating good. I've been getting good rest, and everything been good. You know what I mean? Everything been working out, and so I appreciate you asking, sis. RC say, it was planted in our minds to be scared of death, all by design. Yes. That's why they give you things like horror movies. The reason why I tell people on my channel, don't watch horror movies, is because when you watching scary movies and horror movies, you opening up portals for demons to interfere in your life. All right? This is why I tell y'all, be careful what you listen to and what you watch. Because the eyes is the windows or the gateway to the soul. And so you got to remember, although the eyes is the gateway to the soul, you got to protect what you watch. You got to protect the things you listen to. And this is why I tell y'all, stop watching scary movies and stuff like that, because scary movies and things like that is designed to keep you in a state of fear, of death, of dying, or of transcending. All right? And so it's all by design why they make people be afraid of death. They want you to be in a state of fear, is because in order for them to stay in power, they need for you to be in fear. They need for you to be inferior. They need for you to be scared. All right. And so y'all got to remember our ancestors embraced death because they knew how significant death was. See, this generation embraces materialism. This generation embraces worldly goods. This generation don't do like our ancestors. Our ancestors, they embraced death because they knew that by them embracing death, it would then help them live an easier life. When you embrace death, you live an easier life. When you scared of death, you live a hard life because you scared to die. You see what I'm talking about? And so that will make life more depressing and harder because you're not learning how to embrace something that all of us got to face, and that's death. And they don't want you to get to that point. Chase say, Chase say, you see God every day. His will is omnipresent, good or bad. I love the Most High. Yeah, all praises to the Most High. You got to remember, yes, we see certain expressions of the Most High. We see expressions of the Most High. You right. You right. But I think that person was asking me, have anybody seen God? Like seen the face of God? You can't see the face of God. You can see the expressions or feel the expressions of the Most High. Okay. Miss Cutie say exactly. Quinasia say, oh, okay, I see you, Quinasia. Shannon say, God bless you, little bro. God bless you too, Shannon. I see you in this thing, Shannon. Welcome to the live. What's that? 4236 in this thing. Brenda say, I can. Okay, I see what you're talking about. You gotta, Brandon, you gotta make sure you type it out right, brother. You gotta retype that. T Pirates say, how about people who die before their time? People who die before their time, you got to look at it like this. Look at it like this, T Pirate. It really ain't no such thing as dying before your time if you look at it from a spiritual perspective. The reason why it ain't no such thing as dying before your time from a spiritual perspective, because when most people die, they die of an uncertain death. They die. You can't prepare for death in a physical way. Okay, and I'm gonna let you know what I mean by that is, even when people is on their deathbed in a hospital, and you know the doctor tell them that they got 12 months to live or 5 months to live, even those people wasn't fully prepared for death. They didn't know that they had 5 or 12 months to live. So dying before your time from a spiritual aspect is really not is really not a thing. So most people that die before they, like, say for example, if somebody they live in their life today and then they get into a terrible car accident tomorrow. The thing about that is, it's still gonna come back down to the point to where, was they prepared? Did they prepare themselves for the things to come in the afterlife? Okay? Spiritually, not physically. Because physically, most people die without knowing when they're gonna die. That's how most people die. It's not like it's not something that tell you you got this amount of time to live, or no, most people die without them not knowing that they was gonna die that day. And so what you gotta remember and understand is, you have to prepare yourself because you don't know when your time is up. This is why it's important to connect to your spiritual side, because you never know when your time is up. So if you really look at it from that standpoint, it really ain't no such thing of people dying before their time, because most people in life die unexpected. You can't physically prepare for death because you never know when you're gonna pass away. You dig what I'm talking about? Now, spiritually, you can prepare for death. Spiritually. Physically, you don't know when your time is up. Spiritually, you can prepare for death. Okay? And so, you got to remember, it's important when you out here in life, or if you got kids, or if you got, cause kids die too. And so that's why it's important for the parents of those kids to teach their kids spirituality, and to teach their kids how to connect with the divine. All right? Because in the ancient days, when you got of a certain age, when you got 7 years old, the teachers of the ancient days, they was teaching you how to live spiritually. Okay? So let's say, for example, and I'm gonna put it to you like this. We know people die every day. We know children die every day. It's important for them children parents, or it's important for the people that governs those children to teach them about these things. Because you never is too young to know about spirituality. All right? You never too old to get it, or to get an understanding about it as well. But you got to remember, this is why it's important we practice spirituality on a day-to-day basis, T-Pirate. The reason why it's important that we practice spirituality, or being spiritual grounded on a day-to-day basis, is because we can't predict death. We can't. We don't know when we gonna leave here. All we can do is prepare spiritually for the ascension. If we got kids, we got to prepare them spiritually for the ascension. That's our job, to prepare our kids. It's our job to stay prepared as adults, because nobody know when their final hour and their final time is going to come. All right? So I hope I broke it down to you to help you better understand it that way. Cornelia say, heavy on all of us. Yeah. Chase say, we should cultivate ourselves to be, yeah. I hear you, Chase. T-Pirate is, and that's important too. T-Pirate say, how about people, okay, I read that one already. Speedy Rider say, hey, True Media, Pennsylvania in here. Why everybody shouting out they hood in this thing? Everybody on this thing today shouting out they hood. You understand what I'm saying? I have my brother shout out Miami. I had somebody come in the chat shout out Ohio. Now I got y'all shouting out Pennsylvania, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man, and where they come from or where they at. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all can be anywhere, but y'all in here rocking with the one and only brother Truth to get this truth. And we gonna stand on business and we gonna handle business. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Pennsylvania, man. I see you in this thing, Speedy Rider. Yes, indeed. Hidden Fox say thanks, man. I hear you. You hear what I'm talking about, Hidden Fox? And so, see, my job is to make you, or not make you, my job is to help you better understand this level of truth, or help you understand how these things work and correlates. You dig what I'm talking about? But you got to remember, you got to let go. And that's why I said it in the beginning of this live when somebody asked me, I think it was you, Hidden Fox, when you asked me how to become more spiritual. One of the first things you got to do is let go. You got to let go to your old ways. You got to let go to your old thoughts. You got to be open-minded about receiving truth. You can't be closed-minded in order for you to advance spiritually. You got to be open-minded. You got to be in tune with your intuition. All right? Jimmy Dean in this thing say, do you think that you should forgive people you abused, people who abused you or bullied you? I would say forgive, but don't forget. And I will also say forgive them for you. All right? That's what I would say. So yeah, I would say forgive, but I would say also, Jimmy Dean, don't forget. Don't let a person stab you in the back twice, because the second time it cost you your life. Okay, and so okay, of course you forgive, but you better keep your eyes on that person, because I know a lot of people in their family have been verbally abused, or sexually abused, or physically abused by people they know in their family. So, or people they know who's been around their family. So yes, you forgive that person, but you better keep your eye on that person. And if you could, try to keep your distance from that person. Because you never want a person to know that they can stab you in the back twice, because the second time might cost you your life. So forgive them for you, because you don't want to hold on to that level of resentment or hate that you got for that person. That's why it's important for you to forgive them for you, so you can let go and be released from whatever they put you through. Jason this thing say, you're the guy. Yeah, we ain't worried about what people say, man. I appreciate you sharing that though, Jace. But we ain't worried about what people talking about. 4236 say, True Media, do you believe in the Messiah and the Holy Spirit? You is the Holy Spirit. I'm gonna let that sink in. You is the Holy Spirit. All right? To answer your question from that point of view, do I believe in the Messiah? Let me put it to you like this, or what I believe what the Messiah did. Yes, I believe the Messiah walked earth. But the thing I don't like is how people try to make people try to make the Messiah God. The Messiah is not God. Okay? Did the Messiah walk the earth? Yes. Yes, the Messiah walked the earth, but the Messiah is not God Almighty. All right? The same Holy Spirit that the Messiah was telling you about, that dwells within the Messiah, also lives and dwells within you. All right? The Messiah was a blueprint to show people in this life how to connect to the divine. On multiple occasions, the Messiah told you, I was sent by my Father, or my Father who is in heaven sent me. The Messiah told you on multiple occasions, no man know the hour, time, or day, but my Father who is in heaven. Where most people go wrong at is they try to make the Messiah a deity or a God. The Messiah was simply somebody to help you become more spiritually grounded and in tuned with the divine. All right? The Holy Spirit that the Bible talks about is the same spirit that dwells within you. All right? And so I hope that answered your question. 4236. Let me skip down a little bit. Okay. Y'all put a one in the chat. Y'all put a one in the chat real quick so I know y'all can hear me and see me. Put a one in the chat so I know y'all can hear me and see me correctly. Put a one in the chat so I know y'all can hear me and see me correctly. One in the chat. One in the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let me skip back up. Let me skip back up real quick. Or let me skip to the middle. Damn, boy, my people coming on in. We coming on in. We coming on in. We coming on in. Shout out to my people, man. Straight up. We in this thing. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. Damn, it's a lot of people in here, man. Damn, man. I love y'all, man. Straight up. Hey, I just want to say this. We don't do this for no money. We don't do this for no views. We do this because we want to get you connected to the Most High. All right? We do this because this is about teaching each other and spreading this knowledge without charge. And I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all cooperation, and I appreciate everybody in attendance, and I appreciate everybody that appreciate me to speak this truth. I just wanted to say that real quick. Man, there's a lot of people in here, man. It's a lot of people in here, man. Straight up. I don't even know where to start because I had went down. Okay, let me start right here. And then I'm going to skip down to the middle. And I'm gonna go back down to the bottom before we get ready to knock off. Young Greek said, okay, the chat moving so fast I can't even read everybody questions because the chat is moving so fast. So I'm gonna try to keep up. That's why I be trying to keep up with the live, y'all. But I know I be doing a whole lot of talking to where the chat will leave me. Let me start right here. Didi in this thing. What's good with you, Didi, sis? I see you in this thing. Say always. Didi in this thing. Say Lee and always. Jims 455 say anything that man, the chat moving so fast, bruh. Raz say definitely too grown for nonsense. Yeah, we not about to argue with nobody, y'all. With all due respect, y'all stop telling me. Woo! With all due respect, y'all stop DMing me and not DMing me, but messaging me and telling me who talking about us, man. Listen, man. God bless. Woo! When people trying to figure you out, They make shit up about you. Shit. So y'all leave the dead sleep, all right? We ain't worried about people who ain't trying to align with the divine, all right? We ain't got no time for the nonsense to be arguing. We too grown for this shit. For real. Straight up. Man, the chat moving so fast, y'all. Listen, I gotta skip to the bottom because the chat is moving so fast. It's just skipping. I can't even read y'all questions. You dig what I'm talking about? Didi say absolutely. Truth man say the blue blood elites, yes, they have blue blood. They are not really human. They are the fallen angels. Yeah, y'all definitely got to be aware of the fallen. Be aware of these beings or these deities who's been living for thousands of years and who feeds off of your fear. They feeds off of your delusion, or they feeds off of your behavior when it's dysfunctional. They feed off of your depression. They feed off of your stress. Be aware of these beings, all right? Because like I was telling my son the other day, because of my son, he's so into this stuff, right? And I know why my son is into this. He comes from my loins. He comes from my loins, and he comes from a very highly spiritual family. And so I was telling my son the other day, you got to remember, son, everything is connected. Cause he was telling me how he be watching TikTok videos and stuff like that. And, you know, they be seeing like flying saucers on TikTok, or they be like seeing UFOs and seeing like alien crafts and things like that. And I was telling him that what most people don't realize that sees these kind of things is that everything is right here on earth. Let me tell you about what I mean. They want us to think that the reptilians, the Greys, the Anunnakis, the fallen angels, they want us to think that these things is in another universe. That's what they want us to believe. These things is right here on earth with us. They not in another universe. All right? The reason why the government got it designed is so they want y'all to think that the reptilians and the Greys and all these different forms of life. The reason why they want y'all to think that they is on another plane or in another universe, because they don't want you to realize and understand that most of what you see around you is coming from certain beings that's been here for thousands of years. All right? And so they want you to think that the fallen angels ain't here. They want you to think that the Anunnakis is way in another galaxy. The Anunnakis is right here. The fallen angels is right here. The reptilians and the Greys, they all right here. And this is why you got shapeshifters. And if you know anything about the movie They Live, what they was trying to show you and tell you about the movie They Live is how you have these certain entities and deities that's right here in front of you. You walk past them every day. You just don't know it because you're not connected to the spirit realm. These things is able to shapeshift. They able to take on the forms of a human being. Right? The chat moving so fast, man. Late Amin say we should confine in the Most High about everything. That's where we at, Late Amin. That's facts. Limitless say they got to. Didi say, right on, True Midi. You already know, sis. Limitless in this thing. My brother say, right. What's good with you, Limitless? I see you in this thing, brother. Truth man say, sorry, folks, this place is hell. This is where the devil and his followers were cast. This is forbidden and land for us. We're not supposed to be over here. They brought us here. We're from a far away land. Well, That's partially true. I'm gonna tell you the part that's true, and I'm gonna tell you the part that's it's not false, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help wrap it up like this and give it to you like this. When the human species fell, we fell from divinity, or we fell from a place that everybody calls paradise. When we fell, this earth was a spiritual earth. It was spiritual. It wasn't about physical objects. Right now, we experiencing a lower state of what the earth used to be. The earth used to be paradise. The earth used to be it used to be divine. When humans fail, we fail to a lower state. All right? What came with us falling is temptation. When we fail, temptation then became part of our reality. All right? So you got to remember, this earth is a magnetic earth. It still has certain functions of how it used to function when it was paradise or when it was the Garden of Eden. But when we fail, it came with temptation. All right? And so we is in a lower state on the earth. We in a lower state. The earth is in a lower state. It's not in its purest form. Remember and understand, and if y'all know anything about what the Bible describes, when the Messiah say, I go to prepare a place in heaven or in paradise, and it says in Revelations about how it was going to be a new earth. A new earth. The reason why it tells you, or it describes it to you as being the new earth, is because you got to remember, when we fail as humans, everything became out of order or unnatural. The thing we working to get back to is paradise or to divinity. Divinity is another earth. It's just in a different realm. That was the earth that was described in the book of Revelations, letting you know that it shall be a new earth and the old earth shall pass away. The new earth is going to be divine and spiritual. The new earth is not going to be this physical plane. The new earth is paradise. All right? And so you got to remember what we looking at right now, and I broke it down even better in one of my lives I did, God's creation. What we looking at right now is a lower state of the earth, or what it used to be. Or what it used to be. All right? This earth was once paradise. It was once paradise. But when man fell to a lower state, the earth fell to a lower state. I'm going to repeat that. This earth, once upon a time, was paradise. But when man fell to a lower state, the earth fell to a lower state. Now we experience stuff like death, temptation, famine, starvation, corruption, destruction, wickedness, because the earth fell to a lower state. Okay? And so we got to remember that when the brothers say this is it's hell or thing, you got to remember this is not the hell realm. This is not the hell realm. Partially, you get a version of two different realms right now. Partially, you get a version of paradise and you get a version of hell right here. It's about a state of mind. It's about a state of thinking. It's not though that this place is hell, because this is not the hell dimension. You have dimensions that's lower than this earth that we call hell. You have dimensions that's lower. Where we at right now is we on the earth or on the plane that was once purified or once considered to be paradise. But when man fell, the earth fell with it. Okay? And so now it's our job to recalibrate our thoughts. It's our job to become more spiritual astute, more spiritual grounded. And it's our job to connect back to divinity, to prepare us, prepare us for where we came from. All right? This is to prepare us for where we came from. But most people don't remember where we came from, because they're not spiritually sound or spiritually grounded or educated or aware. All right. Nah, hitting Fox 30, bruh. 30. 30, big dog. 30. I had my son when I was 18, man. I was 17 going on 18. I had my son young. I'm 30, brother. RC say facts. That be the enemy speaking to you. Yeah, we ain't got time for the nonsense. Quinasia say heavy. King of Kings say program. The Platinum Owl say facts. King of Kings say programmers. Yeah, that's what they is. The Platinum Owl say yeah. Late Almond say woo. Quinasia say it's on the verge of being different. John Boy in this thing say, oh man, yeah, we in this thing, John Boy. What's good with you, big dog? Limitless say far greater eternal life. Didi say your soul is the power. That's it. That's the engine. That's the engine. Your soul is what keeps you connected to the divine. That's why they want you to sell your soul or to give up on that side of yourself so you won't remember who you are and where you come from. And so they'll give you money in exchange for your soul, so you have no cosmic memory of where you came from. All right? The Platinum Owl say exactly. Lee Ahmed say, I just read. Yeah, I see you. King of Kings say, so you're distracted and then you can distract others. Yeah, we ain't got time for the distractions, King of Kings. We ain't got time for the nonsense, y'all. Come on, y'all. We ain't got time for it. Didi say, yup. Didi say, your soul is currency. Your soul is your real net worth. Not your bank account. Not your portfolio in stocks and the real estate. Your soul is your real wealth. Straight up. Remember that. Limitless say right. RC say the people with knowledge is the target. Yeah, we the target. The people, because you got to understand and realize, RC, Most people with the money, they already sleep. They already sleep. And most people that's on that level, they already sign certain contracts that hinders them to speaking how they really feel. That's why you will have a lot of people who have signed multi-million dollar contracts. These people has given over their rights to not speak what's real or what's true. And so when they say something, they call it anti-Semitic. They'll get on their social media platforms and start apologizing because they gotta apologize. If they don't apologize, they will be stripped of their resources. And so when you sign that contract, it comes with you not being able to speak on certain things. And so most people who have it, or most people that's rich, or most people that have signed contracts, these people is sleep. They have bought into the matrix. And once you buy into the matrix and you sign your name on that dotted line, it basically comes with a certain amount of level of restrictions that restrict you from talking about certain things. All right. Hidden Fox say fire. Celeste Wilson say, keep the blessings coming. You already know, Celeste, man. I appreciate that, brother. God bless you. All praises to the Most High, man. We gonna do it, brother. Erie God boat in this thing. What's good with you, Erie? Say, what's up, True Media? I'm here. You sure is, man. I knew you was coming on in, Erie. Straight up, brother. Glad to see you back in the place to be, brother. Hope everything well with you. The Platinum Owl say exactly. King of Kings say, it's a room. John Boyle 5 say, yup. Diddy got the hundreds up. Diddy got fire. The Platinum Owl say God is within. Within. There you go, Platinum Owl. That's how you connect to your higher calling. That's how you connect to the divine. Let me tell you something. They told you you got to connect to the divine from an external standpoint. That's not how you connect to the divine. You connect to the divine from an internal standpoint, not external. You connect to the divine from an internal standpoint. Let me put it to you like this. God gave you everything you need to stay connected to source. God gave you everything you need to stay connected to the divine. You don't need a book. You don't need a Bible. You don't need a Quran. You don't even need a guru or another person to help you connect to the divine. Now, those things is optional that you can use if you're not able to connect to the divine on your own. You see what I'm saying? But you got to remember and understand it was already written in your DNA to help you connect to the divine. All right? It was already written in your DNA to help you connect to God. Everything is already within you to help you connect to God. You don't need nothing external. The only time you need something external to help you to connect to God is when you're not spiritually astute, or you're not spiritually grounded, or you're not spiritually aware like you need to be. So it's nothing wrong with using the Bible or using the Quran as different methods or using those things as different tools to help you connect. Those are sources you can use. Of course, you can use those sources, but spiritually, you already got everything written within your essence of your DNA to help you connect to God. Everything else is optional or to help you remember. All right? I just wanted to tell y'all that. Damn, the chat moving so fast. We can't even keep up. Rad 21 say, right, Jesus and Muhammad were servants of the Most High. Beautiful, my brother. Yeah, Jesus and Muhammad were servants. But we made Jesus and Muhammad, we made them deities. We made them gods. Okay? And we shouldn't have did that. All right, Irigabo say, can't nobody see the face of God. Definitely can't. Aquila say, you in spiritual soul and New Breed are my faves. I appreciate that, Aquila. I appreciate that, Aquila 333. Yeah, when you tapped in, you can feel the message. You can feel it. We ain't gotta be. See, let me tell you something, Aquila, and everybody else. When you have a divine calling, people can feel you from miles away. People can intake your message and feel your energy like if you was right next to them. You dig what I'm talking about? And so it's all about energy. It's all about truth. And you got to remember, most people, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And in these last days of this dying empire, you gonna see who is who. You gonna see the ones that really stand with this truth, and you gonna see the ones that's just talking. They ain't got most people don't have no knowledge of the spirit realm. Most people go off of the things that they was taught growing up, or they go off of the things that was regurgitated to them or passed down to them by way of information. But most people don't walk the walk. They just talk a good talk. But when you look into their works, you see that they really ain't got no connection to the divine. You dig what I'm talking about? They ain't connected. You know what I mean? They just talking about they chosen. Ooh, shit. People be talking about, oh, I know how to quote Bible scriptures. Nigga, the devil know how to quote Bible scriptures. The most wicked person walking the planet know how to quote Bible scriptures. That don't make you chosen. And so in these hours of time of right now, you're going to really see who really is connected to the divine and who really just talking and running their mouth. And another thing, hold up real quick. Hold on real quick, because it's kind of getting noisy right here. But yeah, let me get on over here real quick, so I could tell y'all about this too, because it's very, very important. All right. Yeah, because it started getting real. It started getting real noisy. All right. So remember, that's way better. Another thing that keeps you connected, dang, I done lost my train of thought. What I was about to say. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Most people, you gonna see you should know them by their works, okay? Okay, you should know people by their works. People talk a good talk, but you should know them by the fruits they bear and by their works. All right? And so y'all got to remember and understand, everybody not to be followed or to be taken serious when it come to this truth. They going off of things that they was that was passed down to them, that was regurgitated to them or told to them by somebody else. They really don't have no divine connection with the Most High. So y'all got to be careful who y'all watch and who y'all follow. All right? That's very, very important, man. That's very important. Hold on real quick. There we go. There we go. All right. So remember, don't get to the point to where you just believe in everything you hear or what people say. You got to test people and see if they know what they're talking about. Because most people, they think they chosen, or they think they got they think they connected to the divine because they know how to quote Bible scriptures. All right? But it's levels to this stuff. It's levels to this. And in these last days, in these final hours, you're going to see who really connected and who really is just talking. That's what I was about to say. Another thing I was about to say is a person that's really connected to the divine, they not going to charge you for this information. The ones that's really chosen and the people that's really connected to the spirit, we're not going to charge you for the truth. We're not going to tell you to send a donation. We're not going to tell you to hit the Cash App. We're not going to tell you to subscribe. We're not going to tell you to hit the like button. That's because we do this for the Most High. We really called and we really was chosen. And when you really chosen, the only thing that's important to you is to get people in the right state of thinking and to help people connect to the divine. So another thing of how you can tell, the chosen from the ones that's just saying they chosen, the real chosen beings, we ain't gonna charge you for the truth. We not gonna charge you to teach you something that God called us to speak on. All right? We're not gonna charge you for this. Why would I charge you for the truth? Why would I tell you to, because I see a lot of people that do this, right? Y'all put a 1 in the chat. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me correctly, so I can, because I'm about to go in for these next 15, 20 minutes before we knock off. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me and see me correctly. Okay, there we go. Be careful. Y'all be careful, man, of the people who lure you in and use God as a marketing strategy to fill their pockets. This is why I don't ask y'all for donations. I don't want your donation. I'm already rich in the spirit. I'm already rich. I don't want money. Money cannot fulfill me. I'm already fulfilled by God. I'm already fulfilled by the divine. I'm already connected to source. I'm already fulfilled through the spirit. I don't want your money. It can't do nothing for me. I'm already fulfilled. And so don't let people sell you spirituality. Because the people that try to sell you spirituality, those is the agents of darkness you got to be careful about. Because they don't care about how you end up. They don't care about your walk. They don't care about truth. They care about prosperity. They care about what they can gain and how they can prosper from teaching the truth or teaching the gospel. And so you got to remember the real spiritual ones like me and like other brothers that I know that talk on this kind of level. We don't charge you for nothing. We don't do this for money. We don't do this for money. We don't do this for likes. We don't do this for subscribers. That's because we know who God is. And when you know better, you do better. And when you get to a point to where you really know who the Most High is, not who you believe who God is. When you know who God is, you know that God is going to reward you for your good behavior. God is going to reward you for your truth of what you stand on and what he called you to speak on. And so I don't need to be rewarded by the people because I know God is going to reward me on the back end because I'm walking in my calling and I'm doing what the Most High sent and called for me to do. And when you do what the Most High sent and called for you to do, God is going to bless you. You ain't got to worry about a donation. You ain't got to worry about a super chat. You ain't got to worry about none of that because you know that God is going to take care of your every need. And the ones that really is separated from those who profess to be godly, we don't even do it for the blessings. I don't do this for no blessing. I do this because I love God, man. I love the Most High, man. I don't care about the blessings that God may have bestowed upon me. I don't care about that. I love the Most High because I know who the Most High is. All right? And so it's not too many people that's going to come at you from this level of information because they not really connected to the Most High. And so they do it for all the wrong reasons. They do it to fulfill their pockets. They do it to try to have power over people or to make everybody else feel like they inferior of who they is. I don't want you to feel inferior of me. I want you to get yourself right with the Most High so you can then begin to understand your calling. All right? Straight up. And so remember, when they trying to charge you and they saying, oh man, I can teach you even more if you sign up to my membership program, they disqualifies themselves automatically. Automatically. If you ever got somebody that's telling you, oh man, I could teach you more about the about spirituality, but you gotta sign up to my membership, or you gotta do this, that, and the third, or you gotta send a donation, or you gotta automatically. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Straight up, I'm keeping it real with you. Because I know the Most High. I don't believe in no God. I know God. To believe in something is to be unsure. To know something is to know and to be in the knowing of what is real. It's a difference. When people say they believe in this or I believe in that, that means that you uncertain. That means that it's a possibility that you might be wrong about whatever you profess to believe in. See, I'm not wrong in nothing I'm talking about because I know God and I know the truth. All right? And the chat is moving so fast, y'all. Listen, the chat moving so fast. We have over 1,500 people in the building today. This been a blessed live, man. We had over 1,500 people. This is what we do it for. This is what we do it for. We don't do this for no blessing. We don't do this for no donations. We do this because we was really called to do this. We was called to do this. The Most High ain't got to bless me to do what I was called to do. Because the Most High know that I can be counted on when it comes to doing the right thing. That's why narrow is the way to the truth. Most people won't find it because most people they driven by ego, or they driven by money, or they have an ulterior motive, or they have a hidden agenda. They not open with you about the things that they really is in this stuff for. Most people ain't in this stuff for the right reasons. They don't really want to see you well off on a spiritual path. They want to see what's in your pockets. Or they want to feel like they know the truth and you got to pay them for it. You ain't got to pay me for no truth. Because the truth shall set you free. Straight up. There you go, DD. Their hearts is deceiving, DD. And the sad part about being double-minded, a lot of these people, they think that they spiritual leaders or they chosen, they double-minded. And they can't understand that they being led by demonic spirits. Straight up. Lee Amin say, this confirmation really lifted my spirit, letting me know it's he who speak to me and not those fakes. Yeah, man. And so that's why I tell y'all when people say, man, True Media, man, you help changing my life. You help doing this, brother. Can I do something? You ain't got to do nothing for me. I'm already good. You ain't got to do nothing for me. You ain't got to send me no donation. I appreciate it if you want to show some contribution. I appreciate it if you want to support, in your own way. I appreciate that. But because I love God so much and I have a connection with the Most High, I can't charge you for something that I should be teaching you or telling you for free when I know it's for your benefit. I would never do you like that, man. Straight up. Because I care and I know. Straight up, bruh. My brother True Fives is in this thing. What's good with you, True? I see you in this thing, brother. Say, breaking news. We just had another X-Class solar flare. Times 1.1, we is burnout, CMEs, coronal mass ejections. Yeah, brother Truth always coming in with the solar flares, solar flares and things like that. That energy, that frequency, it's a real thing. Let me tell you something, Truth, and I know you know this and everybody else. At its purest form, the sun is energy. We look at the sun like the sun is light. It is. It provides light. The sun is hot. The sun is a food source because you need the sun to help grow food on the earth. But the sun is also energy. This why it's important to sun gaze. Because when you sun gaze, you restoring energy in the body. When the body is at a certain level or at a certain deficiency of energy, the sun helps you recalibrate. So it's important to sun gaze because it's energy. All right. So solar flares, them things is real. All right. And you got to stop looking at it like um, uh, it's fiction. You got to start looking at things from a non-fictional perspective in order to really tap in to the divine. Because all these things is helping you to elevate spiritually. The sun is not just in the sky to help provide food source. The sun is also in the sky to help rise your or elevate your energy, your frequency. And that's why they try their best to block out the sun with chemtrails. Because they know when they block out the sun with those chemtrails, most people will never get to the point of being energetic to help them elevate their frequency or their vibration. All right? Yeah, this was a good live. I agree. this was. Didi say our praises to the creator, our divine purpose. Y'all praises to the most high, man. Straight up. King of Kings say, well, I don't know. They might need the money to do something that God wants them to do. Well, it's nothing wrong with giving kings of kings. I'm not telling you that, my brother. You can give, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong if people need help with stuff like that. But what is your motives behind it? Because some people got ulterior motives. What is your motives? That's all I'm saying. King of Kings say kind of hard to speak on Moses task. Okay. Didi say truth be told. Okay. Irigabo say this is a good live. Yeah, man. It's always a movie when we go live, man. It's always a good one. Let me skip down a little bit. Real Brown say I was going to call them manipulators. They that too. They a lot of them is that too. They good with words. They very, very good with words. I'm gonna just say Ray Brown. Rai Brown, I think that's it. She say they say they never need the money to continue their work or their services. Right. And it's like, you know, like, don't you got everything you need? All you need is the truth. You shouldn't need no money to help you. Y'all, please be aware of these people, y'all. Please. All right. People be deceiving y'all, man. They is really very cunning, to say the least. Ryan say, I caught the live. Whoa. Yeah, you in this thing, Ryan. I see you in this thing, Rashard. Welcome to the live, man. Real talk. Truth Rise and say, so 2 times classes flares today already. Yeah, I hear you, big dog. I appreciate you keeping us updated too, Truth Rises. My brother Truth Rises always keeping us updated with the solar flares, man. Straight up. And this is what we do it for. Each one teach one. Everybody coming in with some kind of field of expertise to help us all elevate to a higher level. All right? And so we got to remember, man, I'm going to start doing, or I've been start doing homework for the channel. But one of the things I'm going to start doubling down on or doing even more when it comes to this truth, I'm going to start giving y'all homework assignments, man. And After I give y'all homework assignments, we going to come back into the live and we going to talk about the things that you learned from the assignment that I gave you. Because we got to be on, we got to be serious with this spiritual journey, man. And so I'm going to start giving y'all more solutions about certain movies or certain things to look into or certain things to eat that help you elevate spiritually. And we're gonna be having a little bit, like some homework on this channel because we want to make it to where we really learning. We looking at, we studying, we researching. All right, we not just talking. Straight up. Didi say, ditto here. Erie guy say, what's up, True Media? I'm still here. I see you in this thing, Erie. My brother Erie in this thing. Said the Platinum Owl say that sun getting hotter. Yeah. And most people is running from it. They can't stand it. They can't stand the heat. It's because the sun is also going to help you connect back to your spiritual nature. And when you sleep and you a sleepwalker or you in a low state of vibration, you're not going to want the sun to beam on you because it's going to also elevate you spiritually. And some people don't want to elevate. Some people want to stay stuck in their ignorance. All right. I'm gonna say Christo in this thing say new to the chat, had to subscribe to comment. I've been listening for a little while and hear some of the do things you've been saying, but I have just one question. Who is Jesus Christ to you? The Messiah is a teacher. All right. Just like Muhammad was a teacher. Just like Buddha was a teacher. Just like Krishna was a divine teacher. Just like Horus was a teacher of some sort. So Christ, or not Christ, because Christ is simply to mean anointed. The Messiah is a teacher. Not a deity, not a God. The Messiah is a teacher who was connected to the Most High. All right? And so, remember, Christ means to be anointed or the anointed one. And so, you have a lot of messiahs that came and walked the earth. All right? You have a lot of messiahs who already came and walked the earth to leave a blueprint and to leave a pattern for you to follow after. Now, what you gonna do? How you gonna pick up on where they left off? And is you trying to pick up on the things that they taught you? Because if you ain't, you got work to do. All right? Didi say, concur and second this energy and motion wholeheartedly. You already know, Didi. For real, sis. Erie God say the sun is energy that feeds us. Yeah. Yep. And so it's not only a food source to the plants and the trees, it's also a food source to your soul. All right? The Platinum Owl say the sun is a living, breathing being. Yeah. Every God boat say the sun gives us energy. Yeah, it does. The Platinum Owl say the real sun, son of God, is the sun. It's the source of all life, remembrance, and knowledge. I didn't want to say that, the Platinum God, because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings who's religious or who's Christian or who's Baptist. I don't really want to hurt people's feelings. You know, I'm not here to hurt nobody's feelings. But yeah, The real son of God is the sun you look at every day. But that's 33rd degree Freemasonry knowledge. And I know most people not there yet and they don't want to hear it that way. And most people gonna believe whatever they want. But I ain't want to say that, Platinum Owl. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You dig what I'm talking about? But yes, the real son of God comes out every day. It rises and it sets every day. So the rise of the Son of God comes out in the east every day. But they told you it was a deity or a person who rose from the grave and died for your sins. But I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, so I'll make a live about that a whole nother day. Listen, you see what you did to Platinum Owl, you see what you did, man. You see what you done did, man. I don't want to hurt people's feelings with this real truth. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't want to do it, bro. I don't want to do it, bro. Because I love my people. You dig what I'm talking about? John Boy say, yes. The Platinum Owl say, this is why the sun depicted in ancient Egyptian artifacts. Yes. The sun was the life giver. All right. So remember that. Eerie guys say, I love to walk in the sun. That is the only power light we have. Yeah. That's the only natural light besides the stars and the moon. All right. That's really the only real source of light besides the light that you possess through the spirit. The Platinum Owl say, is Ra. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah, Ra. Pharaoh, Egyptian mythology. Yeah. The worship of the sun god. I know. Mastermind say, my brother still alive. Salute. Yeah, we in this thing. This Eerie guy say, the sun wants you to join the light of God. Definitely. The Platinum Owl say, I meditate in the sun and everything felt so peaceful to the point to where I wanted to shed a tear as a grown man. Yeah. And it's also good to help you with cosmic memory. All right. Because that same sun been there for millennial. It been there for thousands and thousands of years. So that same sun seen all these different kind of empires rise and fall. That same sun been there from when the earth was at its most pure and natural form. And so that same sun will help you with cosmic memory. All right. Didi say the same for the moon. To manifest, soothe, relax, and calm your energy and raise your frequency mentally. Definitely. It goes hand in hand. That's the duality. Light and darkness. Sun and moon. That's the duality. All right? It's not really necessarily good or bad like people try to make it seem. It's light and darkness. K say deep. Lay Ahmed say fire. RC say this was a great live, man. I appreciate you, RC. You know every time we go live, y'all in for a good one, RC. You already know. Didi say mentally. The Platinum Owl say and hugging trees and grounded with your shoes off is good. Yeah. These is different methods you can implement throughout your spiritual walk to help you connect even better to the spirit realm or to help heal certain things that's in the body. Sun gazing, grounding, hugging trees, um, um, laying on the beach and listening to the waves of the ocean. That's a good one, boy. That's a real good one. A lot of people don't try that though, because they don't trust Mother Earth with that sea out there. So people kind of run from it. But it's good. Carry crystals. I just said that. Seashells. Remember the seashells we used to put to our ear as a child, and you can hear the ocean? Everything is connected. Crystals is very good for energy or for meditation or to release dark energy and to restore and to rejuvenate the body. All right. Every God say God's help your life till the end and not money that comes from the government. Definitely. That's implemented by the government. All right. I'm going to read a few more, then I got to go. Let me skip down a little bit. Truth Rising say, look up Simeon Toku. Look up Simeon Toku was 100. Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you for sure. Every Gabo say, do you watch Pastor Geno Jennings? I had to correct the spelling. I like Pastor Geno Jennings. Pastor Geno Jennings is a real one. He a real one. I used to watch a lot of Pastor Geno Jennings years ago. I used to watch a lot of Geno Jennings and his sermons, and I love his authenticity and how he's authentic. Pastor Geno Jennings is a real one. He really like the last of the dying breed when it comes to pulpit preachers. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't watch him that much no more, but I know of Pastor Geno Jennings. I used to watch him in the past. King of Kings say the Lord of the truth and light, Son of God, Son of Man. Yeah, we're gonna do a whole nother breakdown about who the Son of God really is. All right, we're gonna do a whole nother live about that because I got a whole lot of stuff to say on that level. And then we're gonna do another live about who the Messiah really is. Who people call Jesus Christ. We're going to do 2 separate lives about the Son of God or the sons and daughters of God or the Son of God. Man, I got so much knowledge on this stuff, y'all. I can talk to him blue in the face. And then we're going to do a live about the Messiah and who the Messiah really was. Because people got it mixed up. Over the years, they got it mixed up due to all the transformation, all this information being taken out of context. People got it mixed up. All right. King of Kings say just like Shiva. They right. There you go. The Platinum Owl say facts. All right. And so, man, the live is going. The live is going, bruh. That's it, y'all. That's it. I gotta go. And I love y'all, and God bless y'all, man. And we're gonna have a discussion about in one of our upcoming lives about the Son of God and the benefits of the sun that's in the sky. We're gonna be discussing that up on one of our upcoming lives about things pertaining to that. Okay, because I want y'all to understand that what they did was when they took the truth and they confused you. They took it out of context. And they made you think that Jesus or the Messiah was God Almighty and things of that nature. And so we want to break this stuff down so we really can understand of what is what and how this stuff work. All right? And so until next time, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Thank everybody for being a part of the live. I appreciate all the information that everybody have added into the chat, into the live. And remember, don't let nobody steal your peace and your energy. All right? Straight up. All right? And so with all that being said, God bless y'all. I love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. 100.